Okay, can't say enough about this football team and the way they handle their business, not only in this game but the entire year. This was really a microcosm of the entire year. I think I'm using that word right. We stumbled out of the gate 0-4 and, showed resiliency and toughness and character and ended up playing our way into this bowl game. And same thing in this game. We were down 14 points going into the fourth quarter. Never had an ounce of quitting, these guys. They kept believing. Coaches kept believing, and we found a way to win in the end. And, before I talk about the game specifics, I just want to thank the Sun Bowl. It was a great week, a fantastic week, one of the best bowl games I've ever been to, and I've been to a lot. And the way they handled their business and the things they had outlined for our team and for the staff and the coaches was absolutely first class. So very, very thankful for the Bernie and all the Sun Bowl, the people that run the Sun Bowl and just a great time. As far as the game itself, defensively, real soft against the run game in the first half. They had a nice scheme that they had not shown, that we had not practiced. Getting up, a tackle up on our free safety and taking away our pitch guy, and took us a while to adjust to that. We gave up a bunch of rushing yards in the first half, however, only 7 points, which is the bottom line. Scoring defense is the bottom line. So we did find a way out of a couple drives. They missed a couple field goals. They turned the ball over. So even though we gave up a lot of yards rushing in the first half, still came away relatively unscathed. Second half, much better in the run game. I think we only got 80 or 90 yards in the second half rushing. But we gave up some big plays in the throw game. So the thing we did defensively that was disappointing is the big plays, the run plays in the first half and the throw plays in the second half. However, when the fourth quarter came around, we stiffened and got every stop we needed to get. Thought about going for it on 4th and 3 down our own territory when it was like 2:55 left, but we had all 3 timeouts. Our defense had been playing very well. That really was the reason why we punted it there. We thought if we can get a 3 and out, very little time would have gone off the clock, which proved to be the case. I think we got it back with 2:30 or something like that. So that was the thinking there. Almost went for it, the 2-point conversion with about a minute and a half left. These guys are extremely effective in the red zone, talking about Georgia Tech. They score touchdowns 75% of the time in the red zone, which is one of the highest efficiency ratings in the country. And so an overtime game with them is usually not in your favor, a game that's played down in the red zone. So that was my thought there. After they called timeout, reconsidered with as much time was left on the clock, a minute and 30 or 40. I was, rethought that, decided to kick the ball, continue to play on our momentum. Our defense bent, but ended up, just enough. They missed the field goal there at the end of regulation. But then in overtime, we took over. Defense was fantastic. And what can you say about John White? I think he's the all-time single-season rushing leader now in Utah football history. And that speaks to his abilities and also our offensive line, our wide receivers who do a great job blocking downfield and turn those 10, 15-yard runs into 30 and 40-yard runs. And so just overall, very proud of this team. Special teams was very good. Special teams was, you didn't address that. That was probably maybe the difference, the way we punted the ball, the way we had kickoff returns for big plays. And so that was definitely advantage Utah, the special teams battle, which played a big factor in the game. So questions?
It does make quite a bit of difference to win this game at the end and where you feel about yourself and these guys feel, players feel about themselves as opposed to ending on a loss. And not just any loss, but you lose that game, you're kind of a 500 team and a 500 team.
No, we'd be 7-6, so we'd be over 500. But you're right. You hit it right on the head. I mean, you want to go into the off season with some positive momentum, and even more so than that is winning this game for the seniors, making sure they leave their legacy on this program because now they're alum. I told them this morning. There's thousands of Utah alum, former players that have worked hard to make our bowl record what it is, and in about 5 hours you're going to be one of those guys. And so we wanted them to go out on a positive note, and they certainly did. And I think going back to the game, the fourth quarter, these guys train and condition and work exceptionally hard during the bowl preparation process, and I think that was the difference. We took over in the fourth quarter, and I think that was one of the major differences was the conditioning of our team, not running out of any of gas. Not that they did, but I thought we were in very good condition, which helped our cause.
Coach, after going down by a couple of touchdowns midway through the third quarter, how important or what did the coaching staff tell the players to still stay in the game?
Well, just stay the course. We knew if we could get one score back with our it was game on, because then it was a one-score game. And we knew the defense had to continue to get stops, because if we had not got, if they had put any more points up on the board, it would have been probably too out of reach, especially the way they can chew that clock up. I think they had close to 50 minutes of possession or something for, a lot. What was it, 48? Where am I here? 48, 58, which I don't know how that can be, because that adds up to like 80 minutes. So anyway, they had the ball a lot. We had 28 there, 48, which isn't right, but they had a chance to really grind the clock if we had not got within that one score. And so that was big to get that first score. And great throw by John Hayes, great catch by Devontae, and nice protection by the O-line. And then, of course, 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 8, 3rd and goal from the 8, you give it to your horse, John White. And he made it happen with some great blocking, and especially Sean Asiata, who leads him up through there.
But, Coach, going back to that, from what I understand, when you had a 3rd and goal on the 3, you were going to throw the pass
Yep.
for the motion penalty. What changed your thinking?
Well, they had a tendency to play a split safety look down there, a 2-shell, which makes you a little vulnerable up the middle, particularly if you can pop through that first line of defense. And that's what our offensive staff came up with. It was a collaboration of, the offensive coaches talked it over, and that's what we decided to do. After the timeout, we took the timeout and had a chance to talk about it there in overtime.
Your offense seemed kind of on the wrong end of things for about 2.5 quarters. What changed it so dramatically?
Well, I think first of all we started pretty decent. We got in the end zone early in the game. And then we bogged down. We had a couple turnovers. The one that was very damaging was the interception return for a touchdown. Or maybe that was the only one. Did we have 2 turnovers or 1, John? Remember 1. Well, the 1 turnover was damaging, and didn't make very many first downs. Our third down percentage in the first half, I think, was like 1 of 5, which is not good. When you play a team like Georgia Tech, you got to keep their offense off the field as much as possible, and we weren't doing a good job of that offensively in the first half.
Coach, you gave John the opportunity to throw late and regulation. Talk about the improvement of your passing game in the red zone.
Yeah, I think the last half of the season, I think our passing game was much better, much more efficient. Talking about when John took over, when Jordan was in there, I thought Jordan was throwing the ball very well, but when John took over, we had some rough spots. In the first few games, turned the ball over too often. But then we settled down and decided who we are and what our blueprint for success was going to be. Then things started to fall into place for us.
You passed pretty heavily coming right out of the game.
Yeah, well, we have a tailback that rushes for 1,400 yards, and we feel that they're going to do what everyone else does, and that's load the box up and dare us to throw. And so we wanted to come out throwing the football, which we did, and we had success with it early. We should have had more success. We had a couple drops and maybe missed a read or 2, but I thought we threw the ball fairly effectively today.
How big was that last punt return setup?
Huge. And Griff McNabb, he felt bad because the one before probably should have fielded it. The one we lost about 15, 20 yards on the bounce, and he wanted to make up for that and make a play, and he certainly did that. That was a great return, set us up in great position. I can't remember where he ended up exactly, inside the 40 for sure, and it was big, and we had all kinds of momentum at that point, and that just added to it.
Talk about the first season in the Pac-12, what you guys are trying to build toward.
Yeah, we're trying to build towards winning the Pac-12 conference. That's our objective, and winning the South Division, which gets you into the Pac-12 championship game. We came up 1 game short of that this year. If we were able to win our last ball game of the year, that would have happened. But that's our goal. That's our objective. And we got a great group coming back. We lose a bunch of good seniors, but we got a lot of good football players coming back, and we're excited about the opportunity to continue playing the Pac-12. Nothing in the Pac-12 caught us by surprise. We knew it was going to be a very competitive situation, which it turns out to be. And so, it was just something that once we figured out, like I said earlier, when we lost Jordan, what our best alternative was to win football games, then we started to win games in conference play. Thank you. Appreciate it.